And all right. So today's date is 2/9/22. So don't need a calculator quite yet, but pass them back. Have them ready. Have your pencil ready. Have your iPad down, phones away. Life is great. Again, we are doing area and circumference. Now, I still have some students who confuse diameter and radius. I still have some students confused. Did I show you the trick of the D and the R? So, if I write lowercase d and lowercase r, which one of these has the longer line, the D or the R? The D. So do you guys see when it's lowercase, the D has the longer line? So that's how I want you to, if you're having a hard time remembering. The diameter, this is longer, right? This is shorter. So when I'm looking at it, long, short. Okay? For some of you, it might be like, oh, I see it. For others of you, you're like, who understand it, you're like, oh, that's a pretty cool trick. I can see how that could be helpful for some students. For hopefully, if you're struggling with which one's longer, which one's the diameter, which one's the radius, hopefully this helps you. Like the long line, the D for long is the long part of the circle. If it's a short R, you know, it's a little part. Okay? For those of you who might be struggling remembering both. We're good? Okay? Might be helpful. Might not be. I don't know. All right, pop quiz. What's the formula for the area of a circle? Pi r squared. Area is equal to, oh, here's how I can help you. Remember, circumference is equal to pi times d. Now, how do I remember this? This is how I remember it. The c can be converted into the d. So that's the one I use the diameter for. So circumference kind of looks like a D if I put a line on it, right? So that's the one you use the diameter. So circumference, the C turns into a D, so that's the diameter one. The area, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to help you remember that one. But I can help you remember circumference by the C is the diameter, Pedro. So maybe helpful, maybe not. Because you're going to need both of these formulas tomorrow. All right. So we have a circle. Let's make it. Oh, I know what to make it. Let's make it 9. Because some of you were confused on this yesterday with the worksheet. Did I give you diameter or did I give you radius? Diameter. So the diameter is equal to 9. What's the radius equal to?
4.5.
Yes. How did we get that? Yeah, it's half. So if you take 9 divided by 2 with your calculator, if you must, 9 divided by 2, we get 4.5. So that's our radius. Is it okay to have a decimal as a radius? Yes, sometimes that happens. Doesn't happen often, but it happened yesterday. So our radius is 4.5. Our diameter is 9. So let's plug it in for the area. If you can work ahead of me, work ahead of me. Don't forget your units. Area is equal to 3.14 times what? Yes, radius to the power of 2. So what do I write down? Well, now substitute the number. What number am I going to put right here? No. 4.5 squared. So the formula says pi, so it's 3.14, times radius squared. Our radius is half the line, right? The short line. We discovered it's 4.5. So you got to do 4.5 squared.
20.25.
I don't know. Yep, 20.25. So 3.14 times 20.25. Yep. What? What are my units? cm squared, centimeter squared. Good. So sometimes you end up with a decimal. I bet you anything if they give you a decimal, you're going to end up with a calculator. So 4.5 squared, not 9. 9 is our diameter, and we don't use it. Don't use it now. All right, are we okay with this? Okay, yes, no, maybe so. All right, our circumference. Circumference is equal to, what is pi? 3.14. What's our diameter? 9. The big line. Big line. All right, pop it in the calculator. So circumference is equal to 26 what? cm. Okay? Same circle, two different answers. Area is the inside part. Circumference is when you walk around.
So basically they're the same thing except for area is square feet.
And you're using radius. Yeah, so the only similarities is pi. And that's it. And notice, like, when I square it, I don't get 9, right? I get a completely different number. So sometimes kids are like, well, if I square it, don't I just go back to diameter? No, you're not multiplying. Diego, put that away. You're not multiplying by 2. You're squaring it. Okay? So I was showing this to my 3rd period class because I'm like, oh, look, there's a circle right here. So circumference is going around the circle. If I had a little ant and I went all the way around, right? And then area is, well, how much wood do I need the whole thing? Okay, so this is area, and then circumference is around. Now, why do we have this formula is because if I have a ruler, can I measure around it? No, right? It just doesn't work. But someone discovered, and I'll try to show you something tomorrow, a video on it, that going around this, if you multiply 3.14 times the diameter, it will give you the distance around it. Like, someone discovered that. Like, if I multiply this times 3.14, I get what's the distance around the circle, which is amazing. They did that math without a calculator, without Google and Siri. They figured that out a couple of thousands of years ago, which is amazing. Yeah, it's cool. I wish I was that smart. My major has to do with history, but here I am teaching math. Are we okay? Do we need more help? You okay? No? Yes? All right.